Anyways, so for me, I'm really looking for 76.16 downside and like 76 like 30 upside. Break and retest or a breakout of this pre-market consolidation. I guess it's like the London session consolidation. But I like the way that NQ's looking. It broke. It's been bouncing and it broke under its 200 SMA. It looks good right here. It's taking another dump down. So that that dragged ES down yesterday. I bet it could do it again today. If it breaks, like, there's a gap down there too at 76.15, so it could be attracted to that. But kind of what I'm looking for is yeah, a break below 16 and a break below 05 to confirm a move to, like, yeah, maybe like 85. Yeah, something like that.
Okay. Did you go full screen or
No,
did you just?
just
Okay. Well, for me, the daily, we made a higher low yesterday. Inside the daily demand on top of my 6,700 level. So we're still holding support. I can't be too bearish above 6701, which is the low of yesterday. We are currently in the middle of yesterday's value area range from 6701 to 6740. So that's a good thing to be aware of. You know, we're opening up inside a range. Today could potentially be an inside day candle, meaning we stay in between yesterday's range. So that's also something to be vigilant about. I think further continuation will come once we're outside of that range. So for now, you know, if anything, we'll be able to scalp to the lows, scalp to the highs. But once we're outside of that range, then we can further our targets below or above. So kind of keeping that in mind for today. Yesterday, the 30-minute was very helpful, so I'm going to be paying attention to the 30-minute chart a lot more today. But yeah, you can see yesterday we had a pretty large sell-off back into our support level, and we're currently inside the middle of that, so not much opportunity in here, I'd say. The 30-minute, we continue to support that 200, so it'll be interesting to see what we do here.
I liked it to already start breaking it because it already did yesterday on its down move. Usually, when it has been interacting with the 200, it's just been like bouncing immediately, bouncing immediately. But as of yesterday, it broke, kind of like formed under, and it hasn't bounced away as it usually does. It stayed close, bounced again, stayed close, bounced again, stayed close, bounced again. So I'm expecting some type of turnaround here. And then NQ already did what I was looking for under the 200, so I'm looking for another downward move here. At 8 o'clock, the 30-minute, the 1 hour, and the 4 hour all close, so I mean that's going to be an important candle for me to see. Because if that candle, if those three time frame candles kind of close around here and then it breaks the structure of that lower again, I might think to short. But if not, then that is the perfect bottom for a pullback, a higher low. There's still a gap down there at 14, so I don't know if there's any more gaps, but I think it just cleared that gap. I was gonna get in short there off of the A3. It looked really good, but I also kind of wanted like a little bit of a pullback too. I think could kind of get it still. It could sweep this gap, sweep this previous low. I think we could kind of still get some type of pullback, but I'm looking for further downside move there. I was gonna get in there. That was a 1.5 risk. I don't know if I would have went for the 10 points from the go, because I do still feel like we could have a pullback, but you never know. You could always just get a little dump, especially right
Seems like the
here.
momentum with the
Yeah,
sellers right now.
yeah, it had a little bit of momentum for sure too. Right here at 10, there's a type of level that it might bounce off of. So maybe it could bounce up there, pull back a little bit, break structure again.
This is the movement we wanted yesterday. We
Yeah,
didn't get it.
yeah, exactly. It's usually how it goes.
I know, I don't know. I think, okay, well, I still have my 5 minute up, but the third 5 minute candle was like a consolidation candle, so that was kind of telling, you know. The next one broke it and flushed down. You can see more structure on the 5 minute is what I was trying to say, because the 15 minute, you can't really tell what was going on there at the bottom.
I think that based on the way the higher time frames were looking, I could kind of tell that this is exactly what was going to happen. I really kind of wish maybe I would have entered that trade. I put my P&L box up there and everything. It looked nice to me. I liked the gap. I liked the volume. I liked NQ's positioning. I literally liked everything about it. I just didn't want to feel like I was chasing it downwards. And the risk to reward was like, it almost seemed too good to be true. It was like 1.5 risk for 10 points reward. It would have hit. But I was like, nah, maybe that's kind of pushing it. Maybe I could wait for a better entry. But I mean, in all reality, that was probably the best entry, I think, in my mind.
Yeah, it does look good.
And I was just looking off of the 15 minute. I mean, I was looking on the 30 and the hour, but the way these structures play out, that's obviously something that could and should and would and did. So, like, once it's to a certain extent, it literally just continues its formation, whatever it needs to be. So, I mean, I'm still looking for more downside, so we'll see, but there was 10 points right there. I mean, at least it hit like a 15 and a 30-minute demand, so there should be some reaction, hopefully some pullback, and then hopefully continuation for another entry. Like, and I think at the candle close of the 30-minute, the candle close of the hour, the candle close of the 4-hour, you're gonna get a little relief. Maybe like a 15-minute breakout would be nice. Something to that effect, I think. Yeah, something like that. This could potentially be the bottom too. We need to see. I think I might be interested in a short around here. Although this might be not the best range to short into, because you got this psychological 6,700 number, and usually it protects 10 points below and above it. So right here, you got 6710 that it's kind of messing around in. That's also kind of where like just 6710 it looks like. And this is the lowest swing low, higher low it can make before it completely breaks structure. So it might want to just bounce from here.
Yeah, we might get some pricey, choppy price action here, just like yesterday. If you see from 6,700 to 6,715, we were kind of choppy at the end of the day there. I think the highest probability trade for me would be a supply being formed here and then getting a retest of it. So waiting for the supply to form and confirm downward pressure.
We'll see how I feel about this, but so far I'm still feeling like I'm okay with having some downside movement here. It's not in the best place. Because it's still like, it still has to get past this 10. It's in like this zone and this 200. But I think it could interact with a lower movement.
Are you shorting that?
Yeah. I had got into a short earlier, but I did it on the 5 minute and it like broke structure, but it maintained structure on the 15 minute. And now it's kind of playing out a little bit on the 15 minute, but this is still like a little wonky area right here in between like the wicks of '06 to like '10. So yeah, I needed to like flush type of stuff. I'm in a decent position though where I could just have a really low risk. Because it could still come back into this supply, and still be messing around before it makes a move lower. So if it does that, I just get out and do it again, I guess. That might be a failed age pattern though. You got a lot of wicks down there on the 15 minute and actually I don't know yet. I think on the higher time frames, it's in like a really nice place to bounce. It's in the place where it's supported yesterday, and it's the swing high, so it could be just again trying to bounce here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why I would rather see like a definitive supply being formed.
this thing wants to bounce, actually. I don't. Oh, it's got a lot of wicks on the 15-minute. On the 5-minute, it kind of made like two little supplies at the 15-minute breakout, and then kind of is like making structure for like a demand right here. Right? It's almost like a reverse
Yeah.
demand. Unless it finishes its larger time frame candles, which is the break of structure.
Looks like NQ is kind of wanting to.
Yeah, but anywhere between that wick and the low, like it could make
Yeah.
this a higher low.
Just like yesterday.
If the 15-minute closes low and then it breaks its structure like below the 8, then maybe I could see another for sure move.
I like the 30-minute chart.
Yeah. I also kind of like the hour if it could get a base drop.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna try this short here on a 30-minute.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm probably gonna look into some shorts too. Hope this thing breaks down. I wonder if it still wants to or could go back up there and hit that 15-minute supply. This is, I mean, if it stays in this doji form and then breaks down, that would be nice. But it's still right here on this 67.10 level, just bouncing, 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 bouncing.
Yeah.
I think the stop's appropriate, you know, like if it goes and does that and then gives it confirmation for another entry, then that's another trade, right?
Yeah. I think I see another breakdown coming in here. Kind of liking it. If VIX can wake up a little bit, it's right there where it needs to support. I kind of like how weak NQ has gotten. It almost really has gotten to form a complete H, right? And it came in with enough down candle closures to where maybe, yeah, it can finish off that move. And hopefully it doesn't bounce wick and move up. Flush? Hmm?
I said a flush? Is it a flush incoming? Let's see, it broke the hour there. Hopefully it continues drop base drop off the hour.
Yeah.
to where? To where though? That's the key. Let's see what NQ does. It came in strong into that H pattern. It broke structure downward. It's still above that level though, so that's the part that kind of sucks. Hopefully it could just break it. It looks like the market is overall weak, you know? And NQ did make a lower low, so you know, that's not the best position for NQ to be supporting itself off a lower low unless it wants to just be capturing people, but hopefully there's momentum off of that. Hopefully we get no retest. This is a beautiful area actually for another movement down on the 15-minute. Now that I see it, it closed so heavy down there. There really shouldn't be any retest. It should just be continuation. It's got to break 05. This all depends on NQ. NQ is looking weak right there. It just needs to continue. I mean, VIX, I like how it looks like it's trying to support and make a move up. It's just also got to continue that.
It could be headed towards the ES daily demand at 68, is it?
Maybe I could see it sweeping the lows, yeah, but the key is to get below that previous, yeah, like the 700. The key is to get, as long as it gets below that previous daily, then I could see it, yeah, having more weakness. And I think that's, you know, pretty much what I want to see out of NQ right now is what I want to see out of ES. Like NQ broke that and it looks to be coming in a little more heavy. If it can continue that, then I could see it breaking its next daily wick. It's just gotta continue. I mean, on the 15-minute chart, it looks pretty decent, at least on my levels here, especially with that 6710 level. You had support, 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 and then you break down, you're kind of retesting under it. If we can maintain this candle structure and then break down one more time, then I would say, all right, yeah, that's pretty much it. False flags everywhere. Now they're saying a shooting happened at the ICE facility in Texas, immigration facility. And then the shooting the other day at the ABC place. LOL, Tylenol put out a tweet saying we don't recommend our products while pregnant. All these fucking dumb bitches that took Tylenol. Let's see.
Yeah, that's very irresponsible, those videos. Crazy. I don't like the way NQ bounced like that. How are you gonna manage this? Just I don't know. I was thinking of like even
what?
let me see on book maps. The line is like at 10. So I think if we recapture 10, that wouldn't be good. Thinking of even getting out if we do that. If we close above 10. Yeah, this isn't looking good. I think I might just jump out.
Well, if you look at the 5 minute, there was a 5 minute supply that was created. It's coming back into it, but yeah, I mean, as of now, there should be no indication to be in it, right? There's no indication to enter shorts off of this trade. Unless you're just fully committed to the 15 minute.
Yeah, the thing is though, like I tried this on the 15-minute yesterday where I was like getting the breakdowns, and by the time you're doing that, you kind of need to wait for the pullback again. I don't know.
Yeah, or you got a scalp, right? Like,
Yeah, maybe targeting the low would have been
right.
at least scaling out right there.
I mean, that's like 3.5 points. I still feel like it could look decent if, as long as it doesn't break this 15-minute candle high.
I just don't like that the double bottom there.
Yeah, that could be detrimental, especially where it's being put. It's being put on NQ. It's being put in support. Even ES here. ES is inside like an hour, like a 45-minute and a 30-minute demand. So like, yeah, those are the type of support structures you don't want to be seeing, right? Obviously, if you're trying to get short. I think this is starting to look okay. You know, and just you get on the, it looked like on the 15-minute you just had to give it that risk, honestly, because once it closes in the next 3 minutes, yeah, I pull down my wrist to the new swing low and expect another further movement down based off of the candle structure, honestly, because you got a lot of support wicks, you got like supply. It pretty much hit the 15-minute supply without breaking structure on it. That's like the way you want it to interact with those supplies, right? Like you want it to hit the basing, but you don't want it to break the structure of the candle itself. Now it's reacting, and hopefully a breakdown further will continue. hopefully we get that on NQ too, because yeah, it's right here at the spot.
Now our stop can be the top of this candle, I think.
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much. Because if it breaks the top of that candle, it could go into. It can
Into
go,
supply.
yeah, like into 15.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that 15-minute candle looks pretty good to me. I mean, even if it was to close like this, that's pretty resisty, you know, after all the support that it's given that area. Once it's breaking down and its first reaction back in that area is a resistance again and not like an immediate recovery, maybe that gives a little bit of credence to further downside. But to where?
The daily demand, I was thinking.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, I'm not saying to target that. I'm just saying that's like the potential area it could go to if it
Definitely.
doesn't support 6,700.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I could see it breaking all those wicks there. I mean, yeah, you never know. And VX is above its level. It's above this 18 level, so.
Oh, you know what? The daily demand lines up with the weekly POC, and the weekly value area high is at 6,700. So if we break the weekly value area high, the next area would be the POC, which is at the daily demand.
Well, my final target's going to be 98.25.
That's good for you.
This thing better not do no shit where it like breaks the previous candle wick and then like goes to 15 and then rejects and then da-da-da-da. It's got to break this 505. That's where there's a lot of this liquidity, and I mean, at least it should. Every time I see it go into this 05, it has like big selling. I mean, there's a couple of big buy-ins around here too, so. The structure looks good. You know, if I'm playing purely off of the structure, that looks pretty good to me. Even though it's kind of like in support here, I would say it looks like it could be failing. You never know, right? Like, because sometimes it pretends to be getting weak and failing in support, but I like it. Because you could always just say at the end of the day, what are the candles doing? So far for me, they were supporting 6710, and then they made a supply that reacted, and now it's resisting under 6710. We need this next candle to make a drop-based drop and a continuation without breaking structure back upwards. But that would be the next step that I would assume would happen here. That is necessary to happen. Right now it's the double bottom versus the supply. Who's gonna win? The Fibonacci extension from the trading session goes to 96. I kind of like the hour. The hour's playing out how I wanted it to, almost like a drop-based drop.
Yeah.
You're gonna scale.
Yeah.
What about scaling 2 out, leaving 1 runner? Because I don't know, it's up to you, but 2 contracts, 10 points, that's a good little chunk to lock in instead of like 500, you know?
Scale one out at the 10 points from the scale in. Like that.
Oh, yeah, yeah, you could do that.
One was for my original entry, and this one's for my scale in.
Yeah, you could do that. But when did you scale in? Oh, so yeah. Yeah, that's the way to do it, I suppose, because if your scaling is congruent with the edge, then you should be potentially getting, you know, a 10-point move. Hopefully here. Hopefully that wasn't just a little fake-a-rooney to catch more shorts, because like I said, sometimes it does that in support zones. It says, okay, we're going down, and then but I like the way that NQ slowly like kind of breaking its support. ES2, it's kind of breaking this 200. It's getting reaction on the other side of it, but hopefully it starts to pick up a little speed here. Deal or no deal? Like leave break even on the day right here, or leave break even on the trade? It's rough out here. I feel like maybe I should have left break even on the day because we're still kind of in support. That's not the smoothest break and retest for a downward move because we're still all in support. I kind of like the daily though. Hopefully it starts picking up some speed here. Are you gonna set and forget it? Just let it be?
Yeah. I have my stop on the top of this candle though.
Yeah, it's a pretty decent stop. Hopefully it doesn't need to go anywhere near that. Hopefully we get like a smooth move into this 6,700 area. That's starting to look good.
Yeah.
We need to close real deep here in the 15-minute so that there's no retest off of the breakdown. I mean, here comes the value area low, you know, who knows? Could jump out here. Like, psych level 6,700, you probably want to be targeting 3, 4, 5 points above it, you know, for the best possible area of reaction. You know, I mean, could it slice right through 6,700? Yeah, but also there's the value area low there and the psych number, so you never know. You can have some goofy ass reactions. If any of that happens, that would suck. Gonna just try and leave it for now. I'm just gonna try and hope that I got a decent entry and I can move past all this. Do you think that's the best decision, or?
I mean, do what you gotta do for your accounts. What's best for your accounts?
All right. Like on the 5-minute, it looks like it could easily go back to like 08, 09 for a retest because it put in that supply right where it kind of should have. I'm hoping that this candle wick up was enough of a rejection of the lows for continuation down and we don't need to do anything else. It's got to really come in hard and liquidate this value area low with the liquidity at on Bookmaps 02. I mean, I like the way NQ broke through its level here. We just need continuation past this level, right? I don't really like holding on to trades as they break into a new level. Because that new level is giving you reaction or potential this, potential that. You're either taking profits or you're finding new level buyers or sellers. Yeah, so you don't really want to be scrounging too far beyond. But let's see. I mean, it looks like VIX is starting to open up a little bit. If we can get like a break of structure on VIX, That would be good. It could start putting in a big H pattern, at least for a move up to its supply up there from yesterday.
How does the eval work again? Like, you need 1500. You can't go past 1500, right? Like, in one day?
You could. I wouldn't go past like 1550. But you just need to get like,
So since I lost 500 yesterday, I'm gonna have to push it to 3 days, right?
you could. I mean, that would
Potentially.
honestly, that's the smartest thing. If it works out and you get 1500 and 1500, then it works out. But if it doesn't,
No,
and
what I'm saying is like I lost yesterday,
yeah,
I lost money on it, so that already automatically pushes it to 3 days, right?
um,
Unless you break that up into two. Is that how it works?
um, like, so if you see, the thing is that like if you lost 500 yesterday, you would need to get like 2000 today and 2000 tomorrow, right? That's what
Okay,
it.
so you just split it up. So you would just split up your loss between the 2 days. So I can basically get 1750 today and 1750 tomorrow and
Yeah,
pass?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. As long as it's over 3000 and it's 50-50, you know?
Okay. Yeah.
But I mean, if that's the thing, like if it, like sometimes it's easier just to fucking like give it another day, you know? Because sometimes like you kind of try to bite off more than you could chew, and you know you're trying to
No,
get that.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I understand, but I was just wondering. I'm not
yeah.
trying to like
No, I
make that
know.
a goal, but I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah,
I forgot how it works.
yeah. All right, it ate through that O2, so let's see how low it can go before, I don't know, before something. You think about like trailing it or something like that?
I think I'll just go break even. I already hit my 2 TPs.
Oh, okay. Yeah, me too. Let's see, 05. Okay, so the next 10 points off of that latest entry is 95. We'll see if it gets there. But see, look how you could just wait through this whole thing, and then at the 9:15 candle, when you see something like that, more than likely you know the next candle is going to be a drop, right?
Yeah.
Enter 5 points, done.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to get 10. I'm not trying to hit the fucking, I'm not trying to, I just waited all day and I got 5-6 points done, and like,
Hmm.
that's kind of like that was probably the most obvious candle of the day, right?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You just gotta wait for it.
Beautiful, those moves. Obviously, that was happening. It's just that you gotta wait through it all. I don't know. How are you gonna manage this? Usually, you never know how it could go, but usually I would like selling into strength, because by then you start getting all these fuckers piling in, and next thing you know, you get this one stupid wick that gets you. I like how the VIX kind of broke out though, and NQ broke through its support. But the thing is that now that it broke into this next level and it's pretty much confirmed it wants this downside level, at what point does it decide it wants to come back for more ammunition, for more power, for more volume to finish it off, right? Or is it just gonna fucking do it in one move? Or at what point are you gonna say, hey, this was a nice piece, let me wait for a pullback, let me wait for another piece, or just fucking let it be?
Yeah, it's gonna be okay.
All right, but
We were one day too early. We waited a whole week, and then
that's not always.
today was a beautiful day to trade.
Well, yesterday was too.
Yeah, yesterday was too, I guess.
Yesterday was.
I think I wasn't.
We just didn't literally this trade, that the 9 o'clock trade was literally what we could have waited for yesterday, exactly at 9 o'clock. The same candle, 9:15. It was the same move.
Yeah, that's true. I guess we learned from yesterday, right?
You just have to wait, is what it is. You just have to wait, and the candle structures will tell you. It'll play out. You play level to level with the context, you wait, and then you enter appropriately to where you can still focus on the market, and you're not doing inappropriate stuff. Every day is a beautiful day in the market, so
yeah.
and those are the moves that we want to see.
One more tick. Oh my god.
Oh no. Come on, one more tick. Where are you at?
I'm at 92 even.
Oh hell.
Shit. Let me see.
You wouldn't want to just get out right now? I mean,
Get ahead.
It's like 0.5. You're doing all this for 5, 0.2, 0.5, 0.20.
I mean, if I was on my fundeds, I'd leave there, but
yeah,
I need that. All right, good.
Look at how easy that day is if you just kind of wait for the weakness to develop.
Yeah.
Because
I know.
we had the right idea, or at least I had the right idea by trying to get short off of the 15-minute breakout and the rejection of the underside of it. But that's kind of almost like with the doji, that's kind of almost like jumping in front of the weakness, because at the same time it was technically on top of this 6710 level and it was presenting with support wicks, although it was rejecting, and it should have rejected where it was rejecting, you needed to kind of like start showing weakness and breakdown, and then you can jump in off of the breakdown. You can't be like in
Yeah,
front of the
exactly.
breakdown, you
And be the
know?
first sellers.
Yeah, exactly. Because you don't need to be the first seller, right? You
Yeah.
just need to see where
That's kind of
there's
what we tried yesterday.
right.
We were
Yeah,
doing that
exactly.
yesterday
Yeah.
and getting
That's what fucked us up.
messed up. Yeah.
We were the first seller at the top, and we were right. But it's when you're the first seller, you have to trade differently, right? You have to trade in areas and zones. You can't really be trading off candle structure because price is still exploring. So yeah, we were the first seller yesterday at the top, and then we were the first sellers at the bottom of the 15-minute. And we were both right, but it was still kind of like choppy and uncertain. And even though it was going down, it was still supporting because we were the first sellers with some residual buyers, so it wasn't as smooth yet. And then once it starts breaking down off of the low into weakness, now we have lack of buyers along with the sellers that were initially pressing it. So now you have more fluid movement. It's exactly what happened today. You have sellers into support. You have support until you don't have any more support, and then you trade, and then you short.
Yeah, exactly.
That was a rough short though, because like honestly, that was just a short that you kind of have to play from the top down, you know, and because like if you look at any other time frame, like if you look at the last like 3 to 4 days put together, I wouldn't have shorted that. Hell no. You got like a wedge with an apex like on Friday. You got a support of that like on Monday. You got a support of that like on Tuesday. So like I wouldn't have really been doing that. But if you look over at the daily, you can see the weakness at that level. You know what I'm saying? Like you could see that if it were to have broken that level, then there would be further weakness, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But honestly, like it wasn't really rough because like the 15-minute never broke structure, so that was like
Yeah.
the good thing. I loved how this trade worked out. It just worked out so nicely in the way that it should have, and I think it was a 10 out of 10 trade.
Yeah, definitely. I like the way the 15-minute played out because the 5-minute was pretty rough, actually, if you looked at it. I mean, I wasn't trying to look at it. You're the one that mentioned it today, so I went over to it and, like, yeah.
God, I knew you would use that. I knew you would use that excuse.
Well, yeah, you're saying
That's why I didn't want to say it. That's why I did not want to say it. But that was, I know. But you know what? The 5 minute sucks. Like that.
Yeah, the 5
like,
minutes, you can't even
But you
read
know
it,
what?
really. I mean,
The 5 minute did. Okay, so it never hit the 5-minute supply until that.
yeah, that is the one
not
thing.
850.
Exactly.
So that's very.
Yeah.
So it's good to have it there to just look at it, but like not to use it, you know, just to look at it for context.
And that was the one thing I was looking at because I was like, should I be short yet? Should I be short yet? It hasn't officially hit that supply. It was like 1.1 tick under, and it was like resisting under the 15-minute breakout. And I was like, okay, maybe that's enough. But once it went up and hit that supply and then it broke structure, I said, okay, that has to be it. Like that, like now I'm like, yeah, so. Yeah, this trade was good. I mean, too bad. Too bad yesterday we weren't patient and jumped on that fucking downward move for 40 points. Too bad today, like, obviously we didn't catch it.
It's all right.
No, but it should be.
It's a lesson learned.
This is every day.
Yeah, and I'm glad that I learned that lesson so that I can continue and, you know,
Yeah.
be better, be a better trader. So
Yeah, but like, look at these moves here. Like yesterday and today, like, come on. That's how we wanted to be moving. Honestly, even on
yeah,
Monday
we're getting
too.
some movement now.
Yeah, Monday it popped up off of that support and it ran for
Hmm.
a bit. And then Tuesday
Yeah,
dump and then today dump. This is how I want my trades to be moving, you know? Like these other
yeah.
they're fucking all chopped up and it gets me all fucking pressured and
Well, that's why we chose not to trade last week because we knew the days would be, you know, not as not as fluid, not as much movement as.
honestly the best thing is just to move up in time frame. That's what helped me get short and be convinced about a short today was not only it was the 15, the 30 and the hour. It all played out
Mhm.
perfectly, especially the hour. I wanted that drop based drop on the hour. There was a weakness on the 4 hour, so I said, all right, if there's that much weakness on the 4 hour and we get to a certain like if we get to a certain downside price, I can expect the 4 hour candle to be larger. And yeah, look,
Mm,
it's going right to this next level. Like I think the
beautiful
days,
candle.
yeah, the day might be cashed out after this, but you never know. It could go to that daily demand, right?
Yeah. I mean, I can't trade anymore, so I'm just gonna call it a day. Are you pretty much done too?
Yeah, I'm done.
Do you want to just go ahead
That's
and
those are beautiful
close it off?
candles. Yeah,
Yeah, this is nice movement. This is what I've been wanting, some type of pullback,
I mean,
shorts that
yeah.
are, I mean, it's not technically, we're still going into support, so we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, but it's almost like I said, if you look at the daily, you can tell at what point it's so overextended that when it finally breaks its first support, it starts to like go
Yeah,
back to its next main support, right? And the next main support here
yeah,
is pretty much the daily demand. So yeah, that's what
yeah,
I
and you could
definitely.
see it building up.
Yeah,
The higher lows were being put in, and yesterday we got that higher low, and I'm like, that's interesting. I know if we break it today, we'll probably have some movement down.
yeah. Well, that's a good candle for us to get a piece of. And all right, but I guess we'll see. All right, that's a good day.
Okay,
All right, see you tomorrow. Love
see you
you.
tomorrow. Love you.